Mike Tyson has divulged crisp competing film, fully expecting his forthcoming match against YouTuber-turned-fighter Jake Paul 1 month from now. Jake Paul has likewise responded to this class, and apparently he has begun to overreact as the commencement to the confrontation approaches. The two warriors are profound into the last period of their instructional courses, fastidiously refining each part of their arrangements for the enormous night. This exceptionally expected fight between the two boxing symbols is set for November 15th at the at&T Field in Arlington, Texas. Worries about Tyson's well-being have been predominant in the boxing scene as he plans for the impending battle, particularly given the critical age contrast among him and his rival with Paul. Being 31 years more youthful than the unbelievable fighter, most fans guess that it will be a clear win for the issue kid. These concerns escalated when Iron Mike needed to pull out from their at-first planned match recently because of an eruption of ulcers. Tyson last ventured into the expert in closing ring 2005, where he confronted an accomplishment against Irish contender Kevin McBride. Anyway, he got back to the squared circle quite a while back for a display match against one more confining extraordinary Roy Jones Jr. His prepared 58-year-old Tyson was a considerable power, procuring a standing as perhaps of the best heavyweight in the game's history. As Paul slopes up his web-based entertainment presence, fully expecting their impending session, Tyson has adopted a more circumspect strategy to his preparation for their November standoff. Anyway, the 58-year-old boxing symbol has as of late started uncovering looks at his readiness, including exercise center film, joined by an immediate message to his opponent. In a new post on Instagram, Tyson exhibited a video of himself working the weighty sack, followed by a couple of features from his fighting meetings. Gracious, I can hardly sit tight for November 15th. I'm charging directly through you. The subtitle read: a few cynics feel that Iron Mike isn't completely dedicated to the battle following. Stunning disclosure. In a new meeting with Jimmy Kimmel, the 58-year-old fighter expressed that he is preparing for 6 hours every day. I am preparing very hard. I complete 6 hours per day. I start at 11 o'clock. What's more, could leave the exercise center at 5 o'clock. He said. Kimmel looked paralyzed and answered, goodness, 11 o'clock. So that is 6 hours in a row, or is there a midday break? The previous heavyweight champion conceded. There was a little break as a stunned Kimmel gasped, good gracious, dangers are a regular event in boxing, yet when they begin from Mike Tyson, they convey huge weight. YouTube boxing star Jake Paul plainly comprehends this, particularly after the previous undisputed heavyweight champion conveyed a threatening message via virtual entertainment yesterday. The two were set to go head-to-head in a profoundly expected standoff in less than a month, promising a night loaded up with savage trades. Right in your schedules for November 15th at&T Arena is the spot to be. In the lead-up to the occasion, Tyson took to virtual entertainment to share some noteworthy preparation film from his camp, highlighting his exceptional weighty punches on the pad and his quick moves during competing meetings simply a day after the fact. It seems this class grabbed the eye of Paul, who has now shared his response to it. We should look at Tyson's previous statement, talking about Paul's reaction to the video. By the by, the alarm seemed to overwhelm Paul, leaving him baffled and bothered when he ran over it via online entertainment, taking to his Instagram story. The issue kid answered the video with a progression of stunned emoticons. Paul wasn't the main one to respond. Different Gippies, Tyson's girl, and surprisingly, his colleague told in with their perspectives on the class. The class immediately caught far and wide consideration, drawing the premium of various unmistakable figures in a flash, among them military craftsman and entertainer Thro Norris lauded Tyson for his great preparation routine at 58 years of age. Looking sharp, Mike, the entertainer, composed. Tyson actually has similar undermining appearance and forcing presence. Now Tyson 2.0. His image uncovered their session forecast. The organization's Instagram handle said, ooh, that kid Jake will rest. Maybe Paul could utilize Tyson 2.0 things to manage the misfortune all the more rapidly subsequent to being paralyzed, and drop the individual who knows Tyson the best, his girl. Unveiled how serious Tyson takes the fight. Secured in twin composed Milan. Tyson's family backing might be the greatest component driving him to overcome Paul. Adam Wills, the chief of Karma Holdco and Tyson's colleague, likewise partook in the conversation. Wills composed security. Prepared Tyson appears to be more than arranged in view of his advance notice. Meanwhile, even Paul's fragrance business W entered with an unconventional inquiry, thinking about what he resembles W. Composed. He obviously oozes achievement and strength. Besides, Mike Tyson has given a strong admonition to web-based entertainment, Sensation Jake Paul promising to convey a killer blow with his preparation routine back going full speed ahead. Tyson is certain he'll be prepared for the standoff against Paul. However, the 31 age distinction between the contenders has caused a commotion. The enclosing legend is unflinching his assurance. Tyson has been genuine about his provokes in any event, admitting to ongoing difficulty strolling after an extreme fighting meeting. In spite of this, he's resolute in his guarantee to take Paul unconscious as the two warriors close to the furthest limit of their instructional courses. The pre-battle junk talk has raised, with each taking their verbal pokes to uncommon levels. Tyson pointed a peculiar yet disrupting dig at Paul, making a strong commitment and a fun-loving turn. He shared the second on X, previously Twitter, through a class, including inflatable renditions of Iron Mike and the Issue Kid trading warmed exchange. Tyson's inflatable symbol flaunted, "I can make it lights out time for this little YouTuber," while Paul countered with a sharp hit, "You no doubt you watched me put corroded Iron Mike to bed live on Netflix." With the standoff now under a month away, Paul has dove into concentrating on incalculable hours of Tyson's last battles. He's fastidiously dissecting the legend's strategies, persuaded that Tyson's blueprint rotates around, cornering him against the ropes, then, at that point, sending off strikes from the 2 points. Talking about his own fight plan, Paul expressed unhesitatingly to box outwardly, and afterward utilize my footwork to be more light-footed, and get him pursuing me, and afterward assault him when he's out of position that ought to disappoint him. As Tyson is prepared to take a 31 on a contender years as junior, many individuals are stressed over his well-being, yet two of his fiercest adversaries are certain he can win, both Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, who crushed Tyson when he was significantly nearer to his prime, have made forecasts about the session in 2002 in front of their confrontation for the WBC, WBO, and the ring heavyweight titles. Mike Tyson scandalously pronounced he would eat up Lennox Lewis's youngsters just to be taken out by the British bloke in 8 rounds. They have since saved their conflicts to such an extent that the Lion is currently straightforwardly supporting his old foe to overcome Jake Paul and return to the past. Lewis told Fox 29, "Mike Tyson will win. He's not that old. Don't take him also delicately. We're 1 year separated. You can battle someone like that and do well on the grounds that the individual you're battling is anything but a genuine contender. And there's 100 things that you failed to remember that he's learning. The age will be a smidgen of a deciding component. In the event that the battle continues excessively lengthy, yet assuming that they draw near, and Mike accompanies his 10-second mix, assuming one of those punches gets Paul, he's certainly going to go down during their notorious 2-battle adventure in the last part of the 90s. Tyson famously gnawed off a piece of Sacred Field's ear, yet since moving back from confining 2005, he's shockingly repaired their relationship now that he's returned. Holyfield isn't just making a rebound himself, but on the other hand, is ring behind his previous opponent, certain that this time he'll recover triumph. He's supporting him to sparkle in his expert revisitation of the ring, where he'll go head-to-head. Interestingly, since Kevin McBride, the understudy who constrained him to leave such a long time prior, Holyfield told Battle Centerpoint, "I don't have the foggiest idea the amount of certainty that Jake Paul possesses in that, yet he's all will be a ton faster in the event that he remains nearby Mike. His possibility winning will be perfect, yet assuming he attempts to remain back from Mike, he will get captured. Mike resembles a snake, he'll jump out on you. He arrives excessively fast, yet assuming you charge him, you will cover him. He pushes off his leg so he's excessively close, yet assuming you give him room, everyone gets taken out going. In reverse, give him room and you will be wrecked." Tyson is an extremely rich man who won't ever need to battle from now onward. Some contend that monetary motivators are driving his return, and it's hard to disprove this guarantee, particularly when you discover that the boxing symbol and Paul are ready to share a $80 million bonus. Anyway, Tyson keeps up with that. His objective in getting once again into the ring is to challenge himself on the worldwide scene, as opposed to bring in cash. "I could be looking out for a check consistently from C," he said in September. He added, "That is for me. I'm a man, I need to go out there, and I need to open myself to gamble. Some of the time, I need to see who I truly am. I need to see what I'm truly made from. I need to act before the world to me. That is all I at any point knew how to do since I was 14. This battle won't change my life monetarily enough. This is exactly what I maintain that should do." Ex-lightweight top dog Anthony Cora asserts a Mike Tyson knockout of Jake Paul would satisfy many individuals in confining Carilla communicated That numerous the boxing local area would be excited if Tyson would get a success, he said. I believe it's a bit risky. We don't have any idea what sort of spot Mike Tyson will be in. He looked perfect in the display with Roy Jones Jr., yet Jake Paul would never bind Mike's gloves when even close to his best. He ought not be remotely close to Tyson. One thing about